Well, today's Saturday, day 31 of 60. I want to talk about good company. I got about four scriptures here. Um, Bad company corrupts good behavior. Um, I know when I was down in the desert in Arizona, I know how God speaks through His creation. Sometimes He speaks through the videos I watch, and I was always told to keep my mouth shut, and um, just so I didn't get, spiritual attack or whatever. And sometimes we get excited to share things, even with family members, but then they don't have God, they're not living for God, so you get that spiritual attack, and then you'll be saying, man, I should have kept my mouth shut, but it'd be too late, and um, I was hanging around with some people down there, and if you hung around them long enough, even in the church, and some of these people were not like, they didn't really live for God, like you see the outward appearance of man, and they might say, yeah, I pray and I do this and I do that, but then, God knows the heart. So if you hung around them long enough, it would corrupt your character or your behavior. So I got some scripture here. 1 Corinthians 15:33. Be not deceived, evil communications corrupt good manners. 1 Corinthians 5:11. But now I have written unto you not to keep company of any man that is called a brother, be a fornicator, or covetous, or an adulterer, or a railer, or a drunkard, or extortioner. With such do not eat. And then 2 Corinthians 6:14. Be not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship has righteousness with unrighteousness? And what communication has light with darkness? And boy, does that ever ring true. I mean, it's like now that, you're living for God and then you go hang around with unbelievers, it's like, why would you do that? Like if you used to drink, and then why would you go hang out in a bar? And eventually it would be like, uh, if you hung around these people, if you quit drinking, then you went to the bar, eventually you'd start drinking again. And the same thing with like unbelievers. If you hung around them long enough, you become just like them. So Proverbs 1:10. My son, if sinners entice you, consent not. So like even here, like now that I'm back home, I discussed my other videos, is they try to get you to get in the flesh because they're jealous, and um, they want you to get, they want you to mess up. So James 4:4. Ye men and women who break wedlock, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with Elohim? Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is an enemy of Elohim. And boy, does that ever ring true in my life too. It's, as a chosen one of God, my life is extremely lonely, and especially being down in the desert, by yourself. That's how much that strengthens you. But there's times you're gonna be lonely, and I would rather I'd rather have one good friend than a, a bunch of bad friends. And this this scripture really rings true for me, is being friends with the world is the enemy to God. And talk about life of a chosen. I guess we're all alone and lonely, and you see a lot of these people in church. They have all these friends, but then they're not even living for God. And that's why there's another scripture like that, is many are called but few are chosen. It's like there's a lot of people that are going to go to hell, and because they're friends with the world, and they don't want to come out of their living in the flesh and come out of their ways, and that's basically what, good company is for me, is keeping that good company with God, and that's all I need for a friend is him, because he's always listening. He's always helping me, and guiding me on the right path. And if you guys like this video, give me a thumbs up. If not, um, I'm trying out this this tripod I had yesterday, and it's got like a little remote right here. So I think this is pretty cool, and just never used it before. And so you're more than welcome to comment down below, and we'll see you on the next video. And I'll be talking about alcohol sometime later today. So, and if you guys like this video, give me a thumbs up. If not, you know what to do. So we'll see you guys in the next video. Yeah.